War brings not just battles, but broken hearts. Love blossoms even in the shadow of death, but can it survive? Today, we dive into Ernest Hemingway's masterpiece, A Farewell to Arms, 1929, a tragic love story set against the chaos of World War I. If you have just 20 minutes before your exam, this is all you need to understand the novel that shaped modern literature. Main characters, short analysis. Frederick Henry, an American in the Italian Army. His journey is from naive soldier to disillusioned deserter, defined by his deep love for Catherine. Catherine Barclay, a strong, tender British nurse who embodies both vulnerability and resilience. She represents love as refuge, but her tragic death symbolizes the fragility of life. Rinaldi, Frederick's lively friend, a surgeon. He represents cynicism and the attempt to distract oneself from war through women and pleasure. The priest, symbol of faith and morality, offering a spiritual counterpoint to Frederick's pragmatic worldview. Helen Ferguson, Catherine's friend, protective and realistic, often reminding Catherine of the risks of her choices. Storyline summary. Narrative flow. Our narrator is Lieutenant Frederick Henry, an American serving as an ambulance driver in the Italian Army during World War I. He lives a soldier's life, moving between the war front and the nearby town, where moments of drinking and casual company help him escape the grim reality of war. Through his friend Rinaldi, Frederick meets Catherine Barclay, a British nurse who is still mourning her fiancé killed in the war. At first, Frederick sees their meetings as a game, a flirtation to pass the time. But Catherine, vulnerable yet strong, soon becomes more than a distraction. What begins as light banter slowly turns into real love. Frederick is injured at the front during a mortar attack. He is sent to a hospital in Milan for recovery, and here his relationship with Catherine deepens. She cares for him, comforts him, and soon their love becomes the central meaning of his life. In the midst of a brutal war, Frederick finds something worth living for. But the war continues to intrude. Once Frederick recovers, he is sent back to the front. Catherine discovers she is pregnant, and though the news fills them with joy, it also fills them with fear. The uncertainty of raising a child during war, the threat of separation, the looming violence. At the front, Frederick experiences the horror of the Italian retreat at Caporetto. Chaos, desertions, executions. Hemingway paints a brutal picture of soldiers disillusioned with a war that makes no sense. Frederick narrowly escapes being executed as a deserter by his own army. Disillusioned and broken, he deserts for good, not the war of honor, but the war of madness. Frederick reunites with Catherine in Stresa. Together, they decide to escape to Switzerland, rowing across Lake Maggiore in a desperate bid for freedom. At last, it seems like they might find peace, far from war, far from violence, ready to start a new life as a family. But tragedy strikes. Catherine goes into labor. The delivery is long, painful, and complicated. Their child is stillborn. Catherine herself begins to hemorrhage. Frederick watches helplessly as the love of his life slips away. He stays by her side until the end, but nothing can be done. The novel closes with Frederick walking back to his hotel in the rain, alone, broken, stripped of love and hope. The farewell is not only to Catherine, but also to illusions of glory, of permanence, of safety. It is truly a farewell to arms. Quick recap, outro. So, what do we take from A Farewell to Arms? It is not just a war novel. It is a love story doomed by history, a critique of senseless violence, and a reminder that in the face of death, our search for love and meaning is what makes us human. Hemingway's simple, sharp prose captures both the brutality of war and the tenderness of love. This was A Farewell to Arms, retold and explained in simple English, only here on Quicklit Explained. If this helped you prepare for exams or simply understand the novel better, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More classics are waiting for you.